Tanzania.
I will flip the coin. Heads is the call. There it is. Brian, won the toss. You're batting first. What is the total score you are looking to get on this pitch?
Yeah, the wicket looks like it's gotten better from yesterday. Runs in the morning game, so hopefully we can come in and score. I think a score about 160, 170 is about par now, and I would be happy with that.
Tanzania has just lost to Rwanda, bowling 20 overs. Was that part of the reasons why you're putting them back to field again?
No, it's just from our side. I mean, it looks like a good wicket, and with runs on the board, then you can put them under a bit of pressure when you come to field.
Any changes in the side?
Yes, Bilal gets a break. David Wawire comes in for his first T20I.
All the best in the game.
Thank you.
That is it from Captain Brian Masawa. A big please get close. Lost the toss. What would you have loved to do had you won the toss?
We would have batted first as well, given the conditions look good. But nevertheless, the pitch is not going to change much. So that's the thing.
What total do you believe you can keep Ugandans under in this afternoon?
As low as possible. Yes, it becomes easier for us to chase it down. The pitch looks good. So I wouldn't say what score would be good to defend, but as low as possible. And that's what our target would be.
Any changes in the team that played in the morning?
No, we're going with the same team.
All the best.
Thank you.
That is it from us here at Gahanga Cricket Stadium. Uganda taking on Tanzania. Uganda has won the toss and they've elected to bat. And we'll see you shortly.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gahanga International Cricket Ground. Match day 2, game number 4 of the Alphabet RCA T20 Cup, the East Africa T20 Cup. Of course, our mates earlier at the toss there, Mr. Landry, with the two captains, Brian Masawa winning yet another toss, opting to have a bat first, trying to see if they can get anything above 170 plus to stand a chance to stay unbeaten in this tournament. Of course, on your screens there is the usual suspects. Simon Sesazi, the left-hand batsman, alongside Roger Mukasa, aka Papa. In the middle there, the two umpires of the second game of the day on match day 2 is none other than Vicky Prajapati alongside Eric Dusabe Mungu. Team Tanzania there in the huddle with a big patwa after that loss against Team Rwanda, chasing down 170, sparing 6 balls in the chase. There on your screens are the team list of today. Brian Makmasaba, of course, the captain of Team Uganda. Alpeshram Jani, back on his feet. Good signs after yesterday's injury. Bilal Hassan, the quick. David Wawire, the man on debut. Henry Senyondo, left-arm orthodox. Kakuru Cyrus, wicketkeeper batsman. Kenneth Waiswa, the vice-captain, leading the bowling chart with 7 wickets. Roger Mukasa into the side, opening with Simon Sesazi, Ronak Patel, Ronald Rutaya, Simon Sesazi, and Siraje Nsubuga. And for Team Tanzania, of course, I'm not alone here in the commentary box, as I welcome Mr. Leonard to take you through the team list of Tanzania.
Yes, there we go. Abik Patwa, the captain, Ali Kimote, Amao, Rajvan, Ivan, Suleiman, Kasim Chete, Mohamed Kiltunda, Mohamed Yunis, Salum Ali Jumbe, Sanjay Kumar, Umar Sheikh, Yaounde Maurice, and Jilin Singh. That is the Tanzania playing 11 there. I'm telling you, Bob, just after witnessing that fantastic run chase from Rwanda cricket, I'm still in shock. You understand? Trying to remember those lovely incidents, those lovely shots that we saw coming from the young Didier and Kevin Irakoze. So now Tanzania again, after finishing to bowl in the first game in the morning again, now they're going in again, fielding. And this is going to be a tough task for these guys again. This is where we talk about fitness again, talk about player conditioning. It's going to be very, very important. We saw Ali Jumba bowling 4 overs again. Now straight up, just a couple of a short break. He comes in again. He's opening the bowling again. Bob, it's not easy, especially for the bowlers. The sun is out and it's very, very hot. Not friendly conditions for people that don't like the sun here in Rwanda, but this is what we call summer, and this is the good weather for summer and a good weather for cricket.
Absolutely there, Leonard. And from a big part of the captain, this is a very bad toss for him to lose, because he would have loved to have a bat first after having a very bad day in the office, in the field. And they've been given that task ahead to feel the sun here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground. A change in keepers as we see Maura Jivan taking the gloves. Omaru Kitunda, he won't be the wicketkeeper in this second game of the day. Roger Mukasa on strike. Salum Jumbe to open from the airport end. The intentions are clear. Fast ball, a boundary. Lovely cover drive there from the man himself, Papa. You heard him loud and clear. The coach himself calling his name. The intentions are clear. Positive intent from Roger Mukasa, who had a very good liking to the bowlers of the Tanzanian side. He comes on. Look at that. Held his shape. 2 fielders outside the ring who are third man under. Deep mid wicket. Soft hands again. 2 is the call. They're running very hard. He's taking on the arm of the fielder in the deep. Fantastic running. 6 run balls. They're off to a flyer. Is Team Uganda and Roger Mukasa.
I'm telling you, they must have watched that Rwanda's innings from Kevin Irakoze and Didier Kubimana here. They know that anything that is below 170 now is very, very much gettable. So they need to start on a positive note. It can be done. Why? Because of the wicket here. I'm telling you, the wicket is lovely to bet on. You saw that first delivery that he dispatched for 4. The way he held his shape, the way he placed the ball again there. So it's now the lesson for the bowlers again. I've been talking about over-pitching, especially from the bowlers. A lot of them are over-pitching the ball. The moment you over-pitch the ball into the slot, to allowing the batter to drive, and all those balls you've seen them being driven all the way up either for 6 or down for 4. So this is something that the bowlers need to learn these lessons quicker and try to come up with plans here. I'm telling you, Uganda is not going to be setting off big here. They are going to be going for that attacking mode that they saw Rwanda doing it. And we talked about Tanzania not having a strong bowling attack if you want to compare these 3 sides here. So they bank on their betting. So Uganda also knows, they are aware that if they put less than runs on the board again, Tanzania are also capable of chasing.
When you look at the way the wicket has played in these 3 games so far, you do not want to go below 160 runs here. Good comeback there from Salum Jumbe. We haven't seen that short ball ploy from him. He was punished yesterday by the same opening pair. This time round he comes in, corrects the line, bowling it a little bit back over length to see if Roger can take him on over those two fielders inside the ring at mid-off and mid-on. Interestingly, there's no slip this time for Salum Jumbe. Oh, well played, and good effort there at backward point from Ali Kimote Mpeka, who would be bowling from the other end if I'm not mistaken. 7 runs aboard after the first over.
Fantastic cricket that we are witnessing here. Davabet East Africa Trophy, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania taking on each other. Who's going to be the one to lift the trophy on the 31st of August? We are yet to find out. Tables can 10. We saw a big run chase in the morning, and I was still discussing again here, Bob, just for interest's sake, if now Eric Tusingizimana comes back in to the lineup, I would love to see maybe dropping Didier one place down the order and open with Kevin and Eric Tusingizimana. I would like to see that combination, especially in this tournament. We talked about these tournaments as the games that you used to come up with the best combinations because you're heading towards the qualifiers, also giving players confidence, you understand, understanding their roles. I would love to see that combination on one of those games, having those two big guys, big hitters opening up for Rwanda, and we see how it goes.
I hope the Rwandans are listening, and the coach himself, Lee Booth, that will be a very good headache to have, knowing that you have now 3 options who can all open with half centuries to their back. Interestingly, from the pavilion end, it's not Ali Mpeka Kimote, it's the young Yunus Mohammed. Yunus up against Roger Mukasa. Into the slot, up and over. 1 bounce for 4, that's Roger Mukasa for you. Full ball. Making good use of that power play. Up front is Roger Mukasa. As you mentioned earlier, we saw Ivan Suleimani getting that 37 in the power play. And Didier Ndikubimana doing the same. And his partner, Kevin Irakoze. Yesterday, Roger Mukasa scoring 37 off 25 deliveries with 3 maximums and 3 boundaries. And his partner, Simon Sesazi, yet again getting to that milestone. 50 off 35. Tries to play it in that vacant region. Doesn't get enough timing is Roger Mukasa.
I like the calmness of Roger Mukasa here. He doesn't look phased when he's betting, but the shots that he possesses and how he plays, I'm telling you, that is massive talent here. And if you're any other captain or coach, you'd love to have a player like him in your betting lineup. Look, use of the feet, tries to go across, but could not get enough of that one. But if you look at the intention, this is T20 cricket that I'm talking about here. This is what you'd love to see from these teams. Back then, if you look at these teams playing each other again, it was not, they were used to put in 130, 120 runs and coming there to defend them, because the approach then back then was different. If you look back at a year or 2 years ago when Rwanda was playing, they would not even looking to be in a point whereby they will be chasing 170. As 110 or 15 was a winning score to them. Score 90, it was a winning total to them. But now look how the changes in the understanding of the games and understanding of players' roles has come into now. This is what you can see. Look at Uganda again. The same approach against Sezazi yesterday. You understand? Look at Mukasa again. Same thing. You know, this is what playing a lot of games, and this is what is going to be the difference between Rwanda, Tanzania and Uganda. Rwanda and Tanzania have been playing games regularly. Tanzania 8 months without playing international cricket. So you're starting all over again. That's too long. So it's something that they need to go back home and talk about whoever who is in charge to say they need to be playing more games prior to any. Look, drop short and slow. Easy pickings for Roger Mukasa. Races away all the way for 4. Those ones, you can take them on any day. Even my commentator here, Bob, is like, this is what I like to play during my days. Those are the balls that I will say these are the bread and butter. And over number 2 here. The score is currently on 15 for no wicket loss. There you see on the screens Rwanda taking lunch there, relaxing. They know they've done their country proud today by winning for the second time, beating Tanzania now. So let's hope the consistency maintained all the way throughout the tournament.
Young Pascal Murungi doing the water duties. But again, when you look at the way Abik Patwa and his men are setting the field in these previous 2 games and this game, when you look at that third delivery of young Mohamed Yunus, they brought in that third man fielder and sent Kasim Chete at deep mid wicket, and then the young Yunus balls a short ball going down the leg where Roger Mukasa helped it a long way to get that boundary.
Yeah, that is all about failure to understand plans and tactics of a team here. Definitely you've got no protection in that region, which means you need to stay away from bowling in that particular line and length, because there's no protection there. You've got a lot of guys in front. There is a sleeping place there. There's a third man inside. There is a mid-off here. Yeah. They are looking forward for you to be bowling on that a bit hard length, trying to draw the batter forward to come and play that block shot. But if you try to bowl short again now where there's no protection, that is now not understanding what the plan is as a bowler. So that is something that can worry the captain again, if the bowler is not understanding exactly clearly how to restrict guys from scoring runs.
Roger Mukasa alongside Simon Sesazi, who is yet to face a delivery after scoring a 50 in their first encounter against Team Tanzania. Roger Mukasa yesterday also crossed that 500 mark we saw in the first game of match day 2, game number 3. Young Wilson Niyitanga crossing that 500 mark. Fantastic to see these young men getting those milestones. Taking their time is Team Tanzania to set that right fielder. Simon Sesazi is one of the talented players, if not the best player for Team Uganda, with 137 runs, 1,300 runs to his back. Would score runs without breaking even a single sweat. We saw him yesterday getting to that 50 with only 2 maximums. They will love to get his wicket up front. He scored a century, the first centurion for Team Uganda in the first edition of the East Africa T20 last year in December against the same side. Smartly done there by Jumbe into the block hole. But he's off the mark is Simon Sesazi.
Definitely when Simon starts his innings, he doesn't look like someone who will score a lot of runs. But the moment he gets into the groove, I'm telling you, he's very, very dangerous. So you need to make sure that when you've got a chance, dismiss him very early. We saw it the first game when they played Rwanda. They didn't give him enough time to bet in there. That's why they managed to score 145. But the more time you give Sesazi there, I'm telling you, the more runs you're going to chase. There's Juma. Bowls straight into the wicket again, but Roger Mukasa just standing tall. Yesterday we saw him standing tall in such kind of deliveries again, and just get a punch too long off. They've dropped the long off, trying to avoid him from going over that mid-off area, looking for a boundary there. So they're also going a bit defensive here quickly here, Tanzania. Why? Because 16 of 13 deliveries, again in 2 overs. These guys are already on 17. There is Simon. See, lovely shape. Placement there, perfect. But finding fielders. These dot balls in T20, they are diamond. You need them in as many as you can. And you can see Roger is walking towards Simon Sesazi. Obviously, there is a message that he's sending into him that that ball was in the slot. That could have been dealt with it a bit more precision and more of a good timing and placement go all the way, but there's no one in front of the covers. As soon as it passes these 3 guys in the covers, that boy is going to go to the boundary.
And it's also a very good chance for the Ugandans after taking a very good rest this morning. Down the leg is Salum Jumbe. They would love to see these fresh batsmen get to that 150 plus. Very good bowling there from Jumbe yesterday. He missed his line and length, being punished by Simon Sesazi in his first over, bowling it short. Something you do not bowl to Simon Sesazi. This time round, his bowling is slightly not that fuller back over length. There you go, looking for that Yorker. Gets a top edge on that one. Didn't get enough connection on that one. As he looks at his bat is Simon Sesazi. They send back the deep mid wicket for Roger Mukasa, bringing in that man Chete from deep extra cover. Very key to see how Roger Mukasa is going to play out this last delivery of his second over. Salum Jumbe, he's picked his wicket twice in the first edition last year. A little shimmy down the wicket, up and over, 1 bounce for 4. That's Roger Mukasa for you. I believe he just answered to you the message he was sending to Simon. Just get off the strike. I've been out there having smoked 2 boundaries. A little shimmy there. He held his base. No chance whatsoever. Straight to the side screen to end over number 3 with the scoreboard reading. My favorite number, 23 for naught.
Right, as we are about to begin over number 4 here, Bobby just taking a break. Obviously now you know definitely if he takes a break what will be happening, and that brings in the man who just come off finishing his lunch here, Zaid Khan. Yesterday he scored 47, 3 runs short to score a 50. I don't know why he got out during that time. That is another question that is yet to be answered. You saw a lot of batters yesterday in this tournament again falling short when they get to around 43, 44, 47. And again when the second division league was being played, our fellow co-commentator here, Zaid Khan, also fall short for 3 runs to scoring his half century. I will have to ask you that question later on. As you can see there, Mohamed Yunis coming in, first ball being played down to mid wicket there by Simon Sesazi, and they run 3 comfortably to the first ball. You know, I've been talking about the first ball here, Zaid, that you need to make sure that off the first ball you get on top of the bowler so that you apply pressure early on. Welcome back after a wonderful lunch.
Lovely afternoon, Leonard, and great competition we've got here. The Ugandans do tend to appreciate pace on. They love facing pace, and not new to Gahanga Cricket Stadium. They've played multiple times. They've got players in the side who come here for the domestic leagues as well. On the leg side, once again, very similar looking shot, but this time around doesn't get much of a connection, gets intercepted there by the fielder placed particularly for that. And both of these 2 batsmen now they're in the middle. Simon Sesazi, having played for Challengers Cricket Club before in the past, and Roger Mukasa having played for Swing and a miss. Was going for the heavens there. Simon Sesazi just didn't get the connection. is one man you do not want to bowl short to. And again, most batters again straight into the hands, and Simon Sezazi has to depart. He seemed to be struggling today, timing the ball, not getting hold of that one, straight into the hands. And the first wicket for Uganda goes down. Tanzania tasting blood early on. That's what dot balls do to you. The pressure keeps piling up. I've spoken multiple times, Leonard, about the failure to get the proper connection of the bat. There you see just the bottom half of the bat, the toe end of the bat just giving away power and cupped in that region.
I mean, if you look at that shot, the idea was fine. I don't have a problem with the idea that Simon has. It's just the timing that he didn't get it right there. But otherwise, the idea that ball was there for the hitting. It was there, but it's just the timing. He just didn't get enough himself in a good position to execute that shot very well. But the idea was perfectly done. Now, look, this brings in Lutaya Ronald. 3 matches so far now, the highest of 43 runs and total of 46 that happened yesterday here. Yet to reach the 50. He is a good batter as well, this Ronald Lutaya. You don't need to undermine him. You undermine him at your own peril. But he comes in when his team is on 27 for the loss of 1 wicket into the 4th over. Just 1 delivery left to end over number 4.
And again, continuing with the same scheme, trying to bring on another lefty, another southpaw coming into the attack now for Uganda after Simon Sezazi departs. Just trying to irritate the field placement of Tanzania side, because every time there's a rotation of strike, you've got to rearrange the entire puzzle all over again, time and time again. It can get frustrating, especially with the heat here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. But one thing we cannot fall short of is entertainment, courtesy of Dufferbet in this East African Cup League, Cup Trophy. Tanzania will be looking forward to fight hard. There you see on the mound, Team Rwanda, big man Kevin sitting there under the shades of the acacia trees on the mound, being watchful of what these two teams tend to do with each other this afternoon. Speaking of the previous game that we've just witnessed, Leonard, I heard a few people talking about the weather forecast. No signs of rain here, but the only rain that was visible was a raining of sixes. Again, something slightly off with the Ugandans. It's not settling them. It's not coming quite right to them. The timing has been off. We've seen Roger shimmy down the pitch and smack it for a boundary. And now, while he holds back into his stance, it doesn't come onto his blade as he had expected it to. Powerfully struck, slight fumble there. And they're running for 2 runs. Very, very quick between the wickets. They are extremely quick. Slightest bit of fumbles from the Tanzanian side, and the Ugandans will not miss the opportunity to steal those valuable runs. We're into the 5th over now, 29 for 1. Not quite exciting as the game we had this morning, where both sides were going hard at each other, punch for punch, ball for ball. Played onto the leg side this time. Swivels and goes for yet another boundary. Playing in the right areas. Roger Mukasa picks up a beautiful looking shot there. Ball was pitch shot and just takes it to perfection. The fielder there putting in all efforts, but he'll need to catch something known as boda boda in Uganda to get to that. Salum Ali giving away the boundary, so half the battle of the over is quite lost. In line, over the top, and he's gone for a maximum. Beautiful looking shot that held his stance, held his shape, and gave it full treatment with a straight bat. You cannot bowl to a batsman of his caliber on that length. Easy as you like it, just chips it for a 6. Very, very pleasing to the eye. And laps it this time. Scoop shot. Just playing with the field now. Beautiful looking shot that was Leonard. He knew exactly where the fielders were placed. And now he's dealing in boundaries. 4, 6, 4. He's trying to make the scoreboard look like an even number table.
Definitely he's toying with Salom Jumbe here. This is what you need from your upfront ball batters here. Now going about their betting business. That is lovely to see. Again, see. Lovely. He missed that one there. Umpire had given it wide, but later on realizing that it's not wide, it was in the zone. He quickly went on to revoke the decision. 43 for the loss of 1 wicket into the last over of the power play. Roger Mukasa in control here, 37 of 22 deliveries here. Again, we are looking poised to see another 170 plus here with the look of things here. Tanzania looks tired. And the other thing that I would want to pick here now, watching these games, Tanzania's fielding has been not up to scratch since yesterday. It's something that they need to work on again. Even when they played Rwanda in the morning, it was not up to scratch. Leaving balls, passing the keeper, passing the fielders. Again, small things like that. At this level, you need to make sure that all the 3 departments are sorted and are well up to scratch, 100% or more. So that is something that they need to go and work around again here. But if you look at the other teams, again, they've been up to scratch with their bowling, up to scratch with their fielding, and their betting again is also starting to come up. Once you balance those 3 things as a team, then you are guaranteed, or the chances of winning the game that you play are going to be a bit more higher. Now, the change of bowling from the pavilion end to bowl the last over of the power play is
Yalinde Morris.
Yes, is Yalinde Morris coming in to bowl from the pavilion end. So what questions is he going to be asking? Ronaldo just faced only 1 deliveries here. So he has to be asking a lot of questions. Now this young Yalinde Morris, again they bowled into the legs. Lovely, nicely played to the leg side there of the pads by Ronaldo doing what is expected, and he's doing it at his best, just rotating strike and bring Roger Mukasa again. Is the well set better there, so this is what you want to do as a supporting better from the other end. Get off strike and let him take charge, then you see how far he can go. Then if he manages to go out, then you start over, you carry on from there, and that will release pressure between both of you. Taking a lot of time here, Tanzania, to set the field here was the left and right hand combination. Every time they take a single, the plan changes, the field setting changes. So you need to make sure that you get your field setting right on time so that you don't get to be penalized at the end. Tries to hit hard in the covers, but only finding the men in the covers there. Another dot comes in.
Goes past the bowler this time. Chance of a run out. Misses the direct hit. Lovely cover work there by the keeper. Was covering to him at quite some pace. And again, Leonard, considering the fact that Tanzania lost the first game, and during the post-match interview, you heard him, the captain, Patwa, trying to let us know he's not happy with the officials here. We've given him the change of officials now. He's got 2 new umpires out there in the middle. Let's hope that's not going to be the same case this afternoon.
I mean, look, there's a lovely shot there played by Lutaya to bring back Roger Mkasa on strike. Just to answer that, I had that conversation again. Look, yesterday again, it was the same thing. Whenever the results don't go his way, I'm sorry to say that you always try to find fault somewhere else. But going forward as a player, as a team, you don't need to find fault where there's no fault. You just need to go down to the reverse switch there from Mkasa. Roger is not shy to play those shots, and this is what you'd want to see from your batters, especially in this format, thinking outside the box, being innovative. So going back to what you are saying about him, every time the results don't go his way, he's quick to point out on officials, things like that. You understand? If you look at it again, that game, and the good thing about these games are being streamed live. If he was someone else, he should go down, sit down, and watch that game that they played against Rwanda, and whatever decision that he has been questioning, we've got a privilege of seeing those things a lot of times and them. So we saw it. None of the decision that he appealed for were out here. I'm telling you. So it's something that he just say it out of emotions. But as a leader, as a captain, those are the things that you should not be saying in front of people. There are better ways to address issues like that. Yes, you might want to show people out there that this is what, but at the end of the day, if he goes down and looks and sees whatever that he was appealing for, that the umpires were spot on, they were very, very much correct, I'm telling you, he's going to be ashamed of himself. But we all talk about learning as we go on. It's a game. We understand the frustrations. That is mere frustrations from him as a leader, but it's something that he need to change going forward. If you want to be a true leader, you should accept to say we have failed as a team. Where exactly did we fail? How do we go and be better as a team going forward, rather than trying to pinpoint something? Yes, officials might make mistakes, but they are human beings. Anyway, there is no one who's a saint.
Yes.
Even him, as how many catches did you drop when he was fielding? How many balls did he misfield when he was fielding?
Yes.
Why did he not go to point on those little skills that he can change? So it's things like that going forward that players also need to understand, that they need to focus on what they are being brought here to do.
Yes, the ball was chasing him throughout the game. And apart from that, what really brings to attention is that he mentioned moving forward the game in Namibia towards the end of the year. So, not to cut him thinking of the future, but if you to consider the fact that while getting into this tournament, his mind is still focused at the end of the year and not in this particular set of games. And maybe that's why he wasn't able to manage the game on that instant. Powerfully struck on the offside this time for just a single. Roger into the 40s now of 28 deliveries. Lots of gifted deliveries have come his way. The ones that he's been waiting for so eagerly. And now Sanjay Kumar. Sanjay Kumar from the airport end.
Tries to go across the line there and completely missing that one. That's the only force shot that I've seen Roger playing since I've seen him playing in this innings of 42 of 29 deliveries. You gotta stay in there, you gotta hang in there. Keep concentrating. Sanjay Kumar is not a big tenor of the ball here. He's just someone like I would like to call yesterday. He's just someone who just bowls those slow, medium pace bowlers. If you're looking for 10 from Sanjay Kumar, you are getting yourself wrong here. You just need to watch the ball. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. If you play for 10 against Sanjay Kumar, you're not going to execute your shot very well. Yes, you can see him shattered, demonstrating playing straight. I've just spoken about it when he missed that ball. That don't play for 10 from Sanjay Bose. He's not a big 10 of the ball. He's just someone who's just bowling those slow, medium pace bowlers. But good knock there from the big man, Roger Mkasa. 42 of 29 deliveries. 4 sixes. 4 6 fours and 1 6 in this 42 of 29, but unfortunately he sees his stumps dismantled there by Sanjay Kumar. As I was talking about him, look at him. He's not a big 10 of the ball. Look there. There's no 10 whatsoever, but managing to deceive Roger Mkasa. He's so angry with himself. He went to play for 10. That was never there. Then opening that gate through bet and paid, then exposing the stumps. Uganda are now 51 for 2 into the 7th over. I'm joined here again by Landry Rurangwa. Welcome back.
Thank you for the welcome, Leonard. Sunny afternoon here at Gahanga as always. If you want to play your cricket in this month, make your way to Kigali because there is nothing going to stop you. No rain, nothing. As we are here for the East Africa Trophy, Uganda taking on Tanzania. 51 for 2. Coach, do you think this is a good power play for Uganda?
Yeah, I mean, definitely 51 here for 2 wickets. Yes, 2 wickets have fallen down, but if you look at the run rate now that they have managed to be in, they have never been under 7 runs and over. And if you look at Uganda's depth in terms of batting, they don't look worried. I'm telling you now. You see the introduction of Ronak Patel again, another experienced campaigner in terms of scoring runs for Uganda. So you're not going to get worried again. It's either you, when you want to be talking about winning power play, especially when you're going about through the attacking or the aggressive process in terms of putting runs on the board, you're also bound to lose wicket along the way. So the most worst case scenario is when you are 29 or 30 for 0 in 6 or 7 overs. Then I'm telling you, you don't have won the power play there, because yes, you have kept wickets in hand, but look at the current rate that you're going at. Going it around 3 or 4 runs, that is not going to get you anywhere. We've seen how this wicket is here, how good it is. So anything that is less than 160, I'm telling you, it's not going to be something that you will be feel safe to defend. So they need to come up with that aggressive mindset again. So it's going to be an important partnership between these two guys here, Ronak Patel and Ronald Lutaya, who have just joined in and has only faced 4 deliveries as his own thing. So these two have to make sure that they put in a decent, healthy partnership in between again if they want to post a defendable total.
Ronak Patel rotates the strike very easily and picks those 2 runs. Tanzania should be trying to capitalize on that. Ronak will not be the quickest, but he takes 2 runs. Again, the advantage here for Uganda is the right-left hand combination. Ronald Lutaya and Ronak Patel. Ronald yesterday scored a 40. Today comes in after power play. He's another very good player. Lovely ball from Yalinde, taking the pace off. Again, you're talking about Tanzania's bowling. Yes, Thakur does not turn the ball so much, but I think comparing to where and how Yalinde was bowling, very good shot. That will be kept to a single. There is not a lot of favoritism here the pitch is doing to the spinners. This is a batting track. Batters have been finding it very easy to score runs. Uganda is on 55 for 2 in the 8th over. Earlier, Kevin and Didier were on 17-7. So everything is working is about hard work for the bowlers. That's why when batting first, you need to put as many runs as you can. Again, Yalinde hit straight to the best fielder to me in the Tanzanian side, Ivan Selemani. Top order batter, aggressive. The man looks like Samuel Eto'o. You'd think they are brothers.
You talked about him being the best, and also he being the busiest of all the Tanzanian fielders again since morning. He has been patrolling that long off and that deep extra cover, sometimes a deep mid wicket, very, very well. This is what you talked about, Ronak Patel being good at rotating, and this is what is actually good at it. You can look at the intent there. He's someone who knows how to maneuver that ball into the gaps, and that is his strength. And without you noticing it, you find himself on 45, 46, without even any cameo of an innings that you expect from him, and that is the danger of him there. Tries to overhit that one off the back foot, no room whatsoever for him to free his arms across to the leg side or to cut shot, to play square cuts in front of the covers there. That brings over number 8 to an end. 56 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Talk about Ronak Patel. I've always believed that you should send your best batter to bat at number 4. Reason being, someone who can easily pick the turn, the cutters, the spin, play calculative and make sure the scoreboard is ticking. Those batters come in most often after the power play when the field is spread. When getting 8 runs per over is hard work through rotation of strike and getting a boundary here and there. Between 8 and 10 runs is always a good score from over number 7 to 13. Takur not able to get hold on that one. Ronald had given him a chance, and he will continue to bat. But as I was saying, coach, when you have batters like Ronak Patel in there, his shot, lovely shot from Ronald Lutaya. That is the boundary we've been talking about. Fast ball 2.11, make that 4, and adding it with the boundary, that is 8 runs from that over. Takul trying to bowl one that turns away from Ronald. But there you go. Over number 8. And they've just gotten 8 runs. It's the same thing we're just talking about.
I can safely say that those are corrections that were done quicker by Ronald Lutai after being dropped by the bowler himself. Just the previous ball, then the next thing, he's done his corrections very well. Then he showed the bowler that this is what I wanted to do with that ball now. There's another gap that could be wide there, and wide it is. So that is what you need to understand from your batters. Also even them, that they need to understand how they could learn quicker. Yes, it's a shorter game, so you need to make sure that you're on top of your game. Come up with answers quick again. That's what I'm saying here. Coming up with answers, not well timed there, but you can clearly see that now he's starting to learn that they need to start putting in runs here. Yes, of getting in top of the bowler early on. You need to keep on adding some runs. You don't need to keep on conceding a lot of dot balls. The more you do that now, the more you're applying pressure to yourself and your partner on the other end. Not the two of you again, and the other guys that are sitting on the dugout. There's still Waiswa Kennedy, 2 men of the match, player of the match yesterday. He's still sitting outside. Then there is also the captain himself still sitting outside. Those are guys that can be handy in terms of run with the bat. So when you are there, again, with Fia, Ronak Patel or Lutaya, you've got the freedom to play the shots that you want because you know that you've got depth. But you got to be smart about going about your betting.
Very well said. You've got to be smart, and that's what Ronak is trying. Picks that off the pad and gets a single. We're talking about the batters being clever. Yesterday it was Roger Mukasa. Even today he batted very well. Didier did a fantastic job after the power play, playing reverse shots, placing the ball wherever there were not fielders. And these two will need to do the same thing. Just continue the hard work. Nine overs gone. Uganda is on 63 for the loss of 2 wickets. Roger Mukasa, they are not believing that he got out. He hasn't even padded off. 42 off 30. The boss is also back in the dugout. Mr. Simon Sesazi playing that one in the air towards the captain, Abik Patwa, who took it very easy. Abik makes a change in the bowling and he brings Ali Kimote, the man who didn't have a very good outing this morning. Brings him to bowl his first over of the innings. The batters should watch out on Ali's variations. He has very good leg cutters and some slow balls.
Lovely there again. Outside edge. It will hit Tanzania and Ali Kimote, you will get hit there. I'm telling you, all that effort there, outside edge. But look at how Ronak plays that ball. He played that shot very, very intentional. I'm telling you, if you look at that, he knew exactly that if he just get that thick outside edge, use of soft hands again, get it away from the right hand of the keeper, it goes all the way to the boundary post. The third man is wide there. That is lovely presence of mind from the experienced campaigner here.
Zaid here saying that you love edges. But I will tell you, one of the good things that Ronak does is exactly what he's just done. Rotates the strike very easily, and every time you bring the third man in, you give him all the freedom to guide the ball, and that's mostly where he gets his runs. Cut shots, playing backwards, point, and we've seen that Ali Kimote bowling 2 balls is already gone for 5. And now, with that ball, it brings even a more aggressive batter, Ronald Lutaya. Ronald Lutaya played his first game here in Kigali in 2019. Talk about aggressiveness. Plays that straight. His first game here in 2019, not in any qualifiers, but in the East Africa Youth League organized by Rwanda Cricket Association. He was featuring for the Uganda Under-19 tournament that had Rwanda Under-19, the A side of Rwanda, Uganda Under-19, and the Nyakasura Boys school team. That tournament saw so many youngsters coming up. Pasco Murungi, who is here to play for Uganda, the man of the match of the morning game, Didier Nikubwimana, was the captain of the Under-19 then. So many youngsters have come up through development in East Africa. He tries to drop that, and it's a dot ball. Must say Ali has done a fantastic job after that boundary. Kept it to singles, and now he gets a dot ball. With 1 ball to go to finish the over and finish the first 10 overs of the game. What is Ronald's is thinking otherwise? He tries that, he's safe. They take on 2 runs, very good running. Halfway stage, 72 for 2. Uganda batting, and the projected score is 144. Coming back to what you're saying, they continue going like this with the abilities we saw in Brian and Kenneth Waiswa, do you think we're going to see another 170 here, coach?
Yeah, definitely that's where we are heading here. I'm telling you, they will get there. You look at how composed these two guys are, and they look like they've got a clear plan here. So we're just waiting to find out. So this is the most important period now. The next 5 overs now. That is the most important overs now left, where the game has to change here from Uganda. They've done very well in the power play and again in this other block of overs now. So the next block of overs that is coming in is now the most important for them to make sure that they put that huge total that you were talking about here. You're talking about Zed saying that I like edges. No, look, if you look at the field set here, I'm telling you, each time these guys are bowling, there is a short fine leg, there is a short third man, there is a deep square leg, there is a mid wicket, there is a long on, there is a long off, there is a deep extra cover. Those are the areas that a lot of batters normally hit there, trying to get their boundaries, and that area is protected. So that becomes hard for you to clear and access boundaries in those regions. So the only regions that you can access there is that one. Now, why I'm saying that, a lot of these bowlers, especially the seamers and spinners, are not bowling straight on stumps. They are bowling just around that fourth stump. That allows you now to move across, get that edge. Once you get that edge with soft hands, you're going to find beating that third midfielder there, and once the ball passes him, that is going to go race away. So that is the only easy option if bowlers are bowling straight outside off stump here, not straight full on stump. So that is why I'm saying anything that comes off the edge. We saw even Didier in the morning playing that kind of shots again. Look, so if you understand bowlers very well that are not bowling straight on stumps here, that is the right option to take. Because the more you drive it, yes, we need ones and twos, but you're going to be finding those fielders that are being put for that boundary option, or that boundary stopping options. And when you do that and do it very well, it's going to force the captain again to change the field set. So once he changes the field set, he's going to drop someone, maybe third man. Obviously, he's going to bring in one of those other fielders in front. Then that creates another option for you to go over the top and get that boundary.
Very well said. And all I can pick in that speech is that it's actually not edges. They are placing the ball where there are no fielders. I hope Zed will agree with me. Yeah, Linde, Morris. We've talked about Ronak with the cut shot. He's still playing them. But Abik has done a fantastic job. He has his vice captain at short third. It is now time for Ronak to find another angle. Tanzania have worked very hard. Bowled 18 overs to the Rwandans. Lost. Uganda putting them in again to field in no time. Lovely fielding. Lovely fielding from Moody. A bit of shout from the keeper Amal Rajuvani, shouting to his fellow wicket keeper. Amal keeping his first game. The first 2 games they have played, it has been Modi only keeping. But I think there was a forced change. Ronak goes above the bowler and he gets enough of it. 4 more runs. I told you, he always tries and manages to get 8 runs and above after power play.
Placement proper there by the batsman, unlike the edges that have been offered previously. Again, speaking of that shot, the delivery on offer was pitching quite short there, giving ample amount of time and room to Ronak Patel to place it right behind the bowler. One of the safest places on a cricket field to place a ball to get full value out of your shots. Ali Kimote coming from the pavilion end now to Lutaya Ronald. Speaking of Lutaya Ronald, he's played a few aggressive innings here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. It's not his first time around here. He's quite used to the ground. He's had a few outings. The score reads 80 for the loss of 2. We're done with 11 overs here. Ali Kimote coming in. Here we go. And offers it right past the bowler. Kimote to Ronak Patel.
Not an edge.
That's clearly not an edge, Leonard. Placement. And just using that extra pace from Ali Kimote on offer with the width. They're just slashing it and giving it a very, very hard offer there. So whip. And it goes to the boundaries in a jiffy.
Ronak is a very good batter. He has a century on his name for Uganda in Namibia. Against Namibia, one of the top quality teams in Africa and the world. And now he's here in Kigali doing the same thing. He's on 21 in 16 just. You don't see it coming, you only see the results. They say work hard in silence.
Powerfully hit around the corner this time. The fielder did get his hands to it, but not even 2 hands to the ball could stop that ball from racing towards the boundary. Just helping it on its way. And sweet, sweet connection for the ball to be racing away in that fashion.
Ali Kimote coming back with a full ball. From the look of things, that is the ball to Ronak Patel. Anything pitched short, it does not need use a lot of power to cut. It's just natural for him. And again, the pull shot, he hits it very powerfully. Everything they have bowled full to him is either gotten a single or missed that ball.
But once again, Landry, I'd like to mention how he got agitated by him not connecting that ball onto the leg side. If that had connected the face slightly, it would have gotten to the boundary yet again, because the pace was on. He just missed the connection. 91 now for the loss of 2 wickets. Final delivery of the over by Ali Kimote. Ronak Patel is on 26 of 18. Ronald Lutaya on 16 of 16. Partnership we're getting to witness yet again. Onto the pads, loud appeal. Looked like it was going down the leg. Umpire Vicky Prajapati not interested.
That is the third ball, full ball, that Ronak has not been able to connect, even getting bat on it on ball. If the Tanzanians are picking their lessons quickly, The bowler coming from the airport end will need to continue doing that. Uganda is on 91 after 12 for the loss of 2 big wickets, Roger Mukasa and Sesazi Simon. Ronald Lutaya, 17 in 17. He's not been hitting the ball very hard, but he is a very dangerous batter who can give you a lot of problems if you let him go. One of the best things that the Ugandan batters have done is trying to rebuild the partnership after losing Roger Mukasa and Simon Sesazi. Not a bad ball, not a good ball from Yalinde, given punishment from Lutaya. Ronald. Short ball, body line, just helped it over the fielder, a big patwa.
Both of these batsmen, Landry, if you tend to bowl towards the middle and leg stump, they will take the charge upon you. Just keep it on the off stump, outside off stump. Try to make them drive. That would keep you out of trouble on most occasions, yeah.
Very good wrist work from Ronak Patel to get off strike. He's on 22 of 20. Beg your pardon, 28 of 21. Ronald Lutaya is the one on 22 of 20. Projected score 152. As you see on your screens there, Bosco Tuizere with Gerard Hambara. Both together with Bryson Bujingo, a lot of right guards caps in that photo. All the three played for right guards. And the two are still playing for Right Guards Cricket Club here in Kigali. Bosco being the only one to move. He is on the reserve of the Rwanda national team. Himself a very good player. He's here to watch Tanzania. Unfortunately for him, he was not able to go to Tanzania last year because of an injury.
Right guards. These days, I've heard a rumor they go by the name of Panama Boys. I've got the entire teams uniformed with Panama hats. Kudos to the sponsors. As that is most required here in the heat of Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. Ronak Patel rotating the strike brilliantly here. Just building up a partnership with his partner Ronald Lutaya. slowly, steadily, just getting hold of the opposition. It is a double header for the Tanzanian side. They've played in the morning. We've got them pointing fingers about that game, but they've got a second chance to get it right this afternoon. And who else to get it right against than the leading side in this East Africa trophy so far? The Ugandans yesterday played 2 games, winning 2 out of 2. Here they are playing the third. Placement very, very cheeky there by Ronak Patel. Just the gentle dab. Intricately done there by Ronak Patel. Have a look at that. Pitching at the right place. And that is no edge by any mistake. What sort of an option would you look for, Landry? You've been a coach yourself. When you've got a pair like that out there in the middle, you've got 7 overs left. Messages are coming out. You've got to second guess the nature of the opposition now, moving forward from here.
Don't want that guy. Ivan Selemani there in pain, being attended to. Very good gesture from the Uganda's physio Shamim, who ran across the ground to go and support him as the medical team does the job of making sure Ivan Selemani is back on his feet. If we can get the replay of that. Very well played by Ronak Patel. Guides that one on the offside and they pick a single. Chete to continue bowling to Ronald Lutaya. These two have made it very hard for Tanzania with the rotation of strike. Left hand, right hand. Tanzania having to change the field placement every time, every ball. Under this sun, it is 31 degrees here at Gahanga. You have to feel for the players working hard.
Well, not really for the Tanzanians. Quite used to this climate in the backyard. But yeah, getting more heat from the Ugandans, I must say. And the rotation of strike, rotation of field placement from ball one. That is the headache the Ugandans have given the Tanzania side with the left-right combination. Very, very strategic and tactical. Seems to be fruitful as well at the moment, as Uganda crossed the 100 mark in the 14th over. 6 more left here. Ronald Lutaya 24 off 22. Ronak Patel on 35 off 25. One of them has to put the foot on the gas and get going from here on. Last 6 overs left. Could we expect some firework? Landry, you've watched the games yesterday. According to you, what would you think would be a suitable score for Uganda to defend against the Tanzanians this afternoon?
I think when I asked Abik what they think is a good score for Uganda that they can chase, he said that as low as they can. To answer that question, I'll tell you, Zaid, that on this pitch here, anything can be chased. So Uganda will need to get as many as they can. With 6 overs remaining now, I would want to think the player to go hard is Ronald Lutaya, because Ronak Patel, you cannot ask him more than that. He's on 35 off 25, and he did not try to play any big shots. Look at that placement. He didn't give it enough power, but they take one again. If Ronald can start going hard, we all know through the process the wicket must fall.
Ronak Patel not going hard there, but just enough to rotate the strike. Lovely looking shot. The on drive by Lutaya Ronald. Powerfully struck down the ground, but an even bounce and into the hands of the fielder comfortably. The quicker it went, the quicker it came back as a throw by the fielder in the dip.
Ivan Selemani looking not very good there, but again a fantastic job done by the medical team. Very good shot from Ronald Lutaya. We were talking about going hard. He's even gone harder. Much worry for anyone supplying. No worry for anyone supplying balls here at Gahanga. He hits that one over the screen. And Uganda move to lovely stuff from the cameraman. They are following the ball all the way even out of the compound.
Well, they'll have to raise the budget here. My partner in crime, Leonard Namburo, spoke about let Emma not hear that.
Yesterday, the game between Uganda and Tanzania. Uganda won by 6 wickets with 1.4 overs to go. Uganda has played Tanzania 10 times and have beaten them 6 of those. Ronald is not backing off. He hits another 6, make that 2 in 2. We asked for it and he's giving it to us. Ronald Lutaya going very hard. Within no time, he's only 6 runs behind. He's actually leveled the scores with Ronak Patel with even a much better strike rate. You would not have thought this in the last 2 overs, but that is it. The power and the class of Ronald Lutaya. The contribution here for the partnership, 73 in 48 balls. They've done a very good job. Umpire has done more shuttles going to the ground than the batters themselves, taking boxes of balls for the bowlers to pick from. The Umar Sheikh, the under 19 of Tanzania, who made a debut this morning, bowling 2 overs, only going for 5 in the first 2 overs, and the third was connected with 10 plus this afternoon. Ronald has given him a hard time. This is his first over. Will that be 3 in 3? No, because Ali Kimote has done the easiest job. Stood still and caught that one. Ronald Lutaya will have to walk 37 in 25 balls, 2 4s and 2 6s at a strike rate of 148. It's clear the message from Siraj Tsuboga and Pascal Murungi was go hard and come back. And that brings Alpesh Ramjani to bat. Good to see that he's back on his feet. Yesterday he got a minor injury in the first game against Rwanda. He bowled brilliantly. It is Alpesh Ramjani and Ronak Patel on the strike. Ronak has done a fine job, 37 in 27.
Very eventful. Very eventful over that was. 2 maximums, a wicket, a wide. And again, lovely placement by Ronak Patel. He fancies that region and finds that gap all the time.
Ronak Patel, interesting. Getting runs very easily. He guides that again. Jumbe will have to to do the fielding, and that is it. 5 runs in 2 balls. Rocks back and plays that one very well on the back foot. And that is already 10 runs in this over of Kasim Chete. With 2 balls to go, Ronak Patel moves to 46 in 30. Played it very well above the bowler. That is the safest place to score runs anywhere in the world. Lovely stuff. Batting masterclass here from Ronak Patel. He's teaching everyone how to bat. He gets 2 more runs. Make that 12 in this over. And the man is only 2 runs away from scoring another 50. US International.
Kasim Chete to Ronak Patel again. Ronak Patel sends Alpesh back, who's trying to pick up a single. He's very watchful. And another thing for his size, the hand-eye coordination.
Ronak Patel has 432 runs in 25 matches, 22 innings. He's been not out 5 times in those 22. And the highest score, 68 not out. Alpesh goes above the fielder in covers. Ali Kimote running very hard. They take 2 runs. Very good running from the batters of Uganda. Ronak's strike rate internationally is 98. He's scored 432 runs in 437 balls internationally. That tells you so much about the ability he has to rotate. Again, Uganda going with the same tactics. Ronald Lutaya has just gotten out trying to go hard. And guess who they have sent? Alpesh Ramjani, another left-hander. And from the look of things, he is trying to get boundaries. 139 for 3 after 16.2. And you could not tell when they did reach here. Ronak Patel is on strike. That's off the pad. It will not be counted as his run. Alpesh not able to connect that. Sanjay Kumar looking very aggressive there. Lovely shot. Did he get enough? That's beautiful. Beauty of the shots. Effortless. Just guided that. Leonard has been saying that Sanjay Kumar does not turn the ball. Look at that. Top of the shots. Anywhere in every book, a lofted drive, no follow through whatsoever. And that is a maximum. Ali Kimote only able to watch that go above him. Uganda moves to 146. Projected score now climbs to 170. And with the way these two are batting, it will be more than that, because the captain and vice captain have not yet entered. Another powerful shot from Ramjani. Lovely fielding from Ali Kimote to keep that to only one. And Ronak comes on strike. Was gone. 147 for 3. And Yunus Mohammed comes back to ball from the pavilion end. Alpesh will be facing him. Yunus has bowled decent pace this morning against Rwanda. Very well played, and even a very good effort from Yunus to stop that to one, because that was traveling to the boundary. The man of the moment, Ronak Patel, is on strike now. If he gets 2 runs here, he will have scored his third T20 I-50.
Another thing, Landry, I would like to point out, it's Tanzania versus Uganda. You've got Ronak Patel and Alpesh Ramjani by Indian backgrounds playing Mohammed Yunus, a very, very Asian name. Lots of different background from different places, all uniting through the love of cricket.
Very well said. You can't take away the love of the game the Asians have. There is another Mohammed here in the commentary box. Ronak Patel against Yunus. Loud appeal. Ronak is not happy with himself. A very clever. We've seen batters play shots, but I will tell you the difference between Ronak and other batters. Here, he's doing things willingly. He knows where he wants to play the ball, and if it doesn't come out, you'll see the frustration on his face. He's played fantastically. 2 runs just away from scoring a 50. Will this be the moment? Yunus has been a very good fighter. He has denied him a 50 completely. very energetic. He's bowled 3 dot balls consecutively. This is not something usual. 18th over and you only have 1 run with 2 balls to go. But the comeback is what is more important. Will Ronak make a comeback here? Ronak Patel, before this game, he bowls another full ball. He's not happy with himself. He's been getting leg byes after leg byes. And earlier we were talking about the full balls being very tough for him to score from. And Yunus has actually bowled very well. Mr. Ronak Patel, before this game, he had 233 runs on the Rwandan soil. He scored most of his runs from here. Alpesh Shika is the call, and the captain, a big patwa, serves the best catch of the tournament so far on the day 2 of the tournament. Diving catch, very good effort from the 36-year-old. A big patwa takes his time sitting on the ground. Not the best fielder in the morning game, but this afternoon he is fully committed to that. And that's a brilliant over for Mohammed Yunus, going only for 2 runs and picking a big wicket in Alpesh Ramjani. But what you also have to talk about the team composition for Uganda. T20 is a game of all-rounders. If you have people like Alpesh Ramjani doing this, yesterday he bowled at an economy of 3.48. He's come in, he scored very quickly, and the player of the day, as the RC has called him, Kenneth Waiswa, yesterday picking 2 player of the match awards against Rwanda and Tanzania. He walks in. There's a lot of depth in this Ugandan team. Kenneth Waiswa goes straight to the non-striker, and Ali Kimote will be bowling to Ronak Patel. Ronak Patel gets the deserved half century in style with a 6. He's missed so many the previous over. As soon as Ali Kimote was given the ball, the man comes on strike and hits his 3rd half century. In international cricket, the first one being against Rwanda, 63 71 against Namibia, 82 against Nigeria on the Rwandan soil again, and now 54 unbeaten against Tanzania.
goes over the fielder there and reaches the boundary. Back-to-back boundaries. Starts off with a maximum and now a boundary. 10 runs in 2 balls. 159 on the board. Ronak Patel has passed the 50 mark. He will be taking the charge on now. We know how well he can be placing the ball. Now it is time to power it. And a wide there by Ali Kimote. Ali Kimote on the back foot now. Pressure creeping up to him. And again, flicked onto the leg side now. Risky shot there by Ronak Patel. That brings Kenneth Waiswa on strike, facing his first delivery. Uganda past the 160 mark. Tries to play it on the leg side.
Lovely keeping from Amal Rajvani. First change in the morning, Mohammed was not able to collect those in the last 2 overs. And now Amal comes in and does a fantastic job. Clean bowled. Kenneth Waiswa given the same treatment he served yesterday against Rwanda with 3 wickets in 3 balls, the first hat-trick of the tournament. Ali Kimote gives him the same ball, and he will have to walk the Ugandan vice captain. Lovely ball, but again, you cannot blame Kenneth. He was trying to go hard. It is the second last over. Vice captain replaced by captain himself, Brian Masawa. It is the last ball of the 19th over. Bob here saying that Brian is going to go for the scoop. Let's see what Prophet Bob, not Muhammad, is saying, if it is true. Bob will have to live another day to see Brian play the scoop shot. But whichever way that comes, it is a boundary for Uganda. They move to 165 with 6 balls to go to finish the first innings of this particular fixture. Look at that, flicked, placed in the gap. It took no second to reach the boundary. Zaid, Uganda is on 165 for 5 after 19. 20. The 20th over being given to Yunus, who has just bowled a very good over of 2 runs. One of the best 18th overs we've ever seen. What do you think are the chances for Tanzania to come back and chase this score? Definitely, considering that Ivan Selemani, the most destructive batter in the Tanzanian team, is under treatment in the medical tent there.
With the conditions on hand here, Tanzania, the team will need to pull a rabbit out of the hat here for them to pull off any sort of magic. The score seems fair. They scored these runs, but yes, their main batsman is injured and out of the game, so it becomes that bit difficult. And again, you've got survives this one. What? There was a chance of a run out. Ronak Patel misses it by the skin of a paint. The main man hidden in plain sight. Ronak Patel was got to 61 of 42 deliveries. How did Tanzania miss out on a player of his size?
Very dangerous, Ronak. Brian Masawa goes again for the scoop, and this time round he's caught LBW scoring 9 runs in 3 balls. A strike rate of 300. Had he continued, that was going to be 180 on the cards. Very good call from Vicky Prajakpati, the umpire, making his debut today for the international cricket. That is it. Walking in is the wicket-keeper batter for Uganda, Cyrus Kakuru. Shot number 45. Yunus has been bowling very well. Now he has to bowl the last one. Scoop is the go-to shot in the death overs for Uganda batters. Brian has got a boundary with that shot. Cyrus comes in and he gets another boundary. Ronak Patel, outstanding, 61 in 42. Not out. Look at that. Waited for it. Placed it very well. And Tanzania will have to wait for another time to bowl to Ronak because he leaves unbeaten. Makes that 6 times in his 23 innings he's played for Uganda. He's been not out 6 times. Round of applause from the Ugandan dugout. Uganda ends up at 176 for 6 after 20 overs. Tanzania disciplined there with only 6 extras. Roger Mkasa 42 in 30. Very well played. Simon Sesazi not scoring many today. Lutaya 37 in 26 was going very well. But the man of the moment is Ronak Patel, 61 at a strike rate of 145.24. Quick runs were flowing for Alpesh, but could not continue at a strike rate of 150. Brian 9 in 4, and Cyrus having a job to go there, face one ball, and gets a boundary. Partnerships 27 between Roger and Simon. 24 between Roger and Ronald. 73 between Ronald and Ronak. Right-left hand combination being the match winner for Uganda. Not the match, because the match hasn't ended. 25 in 18. And the Tanzanian bowlers, the most expensive bowler being Ali Kimote, 12 per over. Of course, the young under-19 Omar Sheikh being given a welcome, only bowling 1 over and going for 16. Mohamed Yunus being the pick of the bowlers, 3 wickets at an economy of 6. Most importantly, bowled the 18th over and went for 3 runs and picked a wicket. Things not looking good for the pace bowlers for Tanzania. Salum Ali Jumbe, economy of 10. And Kimote, economy of 12. Tanzania will have to come and chase 177 against a very furious bowling attack for Uganda. The man who leads the pace bowling department of Uganda is in. Bilal Hassan will be playing alongside the debutant David Eric Wawire, the doctor himself. Don't go away from your screens. We will be following. Good signs here. Ivan Selemani walking past the comms box here, saying naingia, which means he will be able to bat. After that minor injury he got at the boundary, trying to save the boundary. Don't go away from your screens. Tanzania needs 177 in 20 overs to win their first game in the East Africa T20 Trophy 2023 here at Gahanga Cricket Stadium.
Of the East Africa Trophy between Uganda and Tanzania. Tanzania needing 177 runs to win in 20 overs. The sad news is they've got one of their openers, the most decisive batter we have in this tournament, Ivan Suleiman, being out of injury. We are yet to find out if he's going to continue later on during the innings. We'll keep you updated along those lines. The two openers that are walking in is now the captain, Abik Patwa, and Mohamed Kaltunda opening up the betting for Tanzania. They need 177. We saw 170 being chased early in the morning. Rwanda winning that game by 7 wickets, and Tanzania be the one that have put in 170. At one point we thought that it was going to be a safe score, so Tanzania have tested scoring 170 mark. So Uganda here, they definitely need to bowl very, very exceptionally well if they want to win this game. The trick part is to try to make sure that you take as early wicket as you can. Then by doing so, you are going to be applying pressure back to the Tanzania opener. Yesterday we saw Abik Patwa getting some runs there, getting into the 40s and managing to fall. But you never know. Today is a different game. The wicket keeps getting better and better as the days progresses. Now to start off with the ball is Bilal Hassan from the airport end.
Lovely ball, first up by Bilal, the speedster. He's played at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium multiple times. Has represented Uganda on multiple occasions here in Rwanda, land of 1,000 hills. Here he is charging in again. Lovely stop there by the man in gully.
This is definitely what you need. Again, that energy, the backup of fielders. Look at that ball. At one point, we thought that ball is past that point fielder there. But look at the commitment. Again, managing to save his team 3 runs. And this is what you need, especially in the early overs of the innings here. Again, this is where you contain batters. Again, make it hard for them to get those easy boundaries. Yes, you've got the restrictions, but having restrictions does not mean you cannot avoid these guys from scoring easy boundaries. So this is what you need, a lot of energy. Attacking field said there, Ronak Patel on first slip. There we go, lovely piece of bowling from Bilal Hassan. And they've got a deep square leg and a third man on the boundary. Short fine leg inside. So you're not looking forward to see him bowling move on the full here. I'm telling you, he's going to be bowling or more on that short of a length here. Either straight or short. When you get to pull it, he's going to be stopped by the men at deep square leg again. If you go for the cut, there's a wide-ish third man there. So good plan. So the plan is for Bilal here is not to bowl full. Because mid-off and mid-on are up in the circle again. One cover in the circle again. So if you bowl full again, you will see yourself getting punished over the top of those inside fielders. Again, same fielder run out chance, and could that have been a direct hit? I'm telling you, that is going to be something interesting there.
Lovely piece of fielding there by Uganda, leaving the Tanzanians nowhere to go. Just 1 run on board, 4 deliveries done in the initial over. A big patwa and Mohammed yet to open his account. Cross bats it straight to the fielder on the leg side yet again.
But if you look at it, Zed, the past 3 dot balls that Bilal Hassan has bowled is the batters trying to overhit the ball without timing. Yes, we understand you're chasing a big total here, but you gotta time the ball very well. Get yourself in a position to hit the ball where you want to hit it. So that is what they should be thinking about here. It's not all about smashing. You gotta try to play sensible cricket. How exactly do I dispatch? He's a quality bowler here. We've seen him. We've known what quality bowling he possesses there. Up and over. Mistimed again, but he just dropped short behind the fielder at cover there. In 2 runs it is. You see, again, on that shot again, the timing was not even there. End of over number 1 here. The score is 3 runs. Still no wickets lost. 174 runs needed to win here for Tanzania to claim their first victory of this East Africa Trophy.
Yeah, Leonard, slow start there by Tanzania. And even those 3 runs on the board didn't seem to be very appealing. But they've found a way. They've got 19 overs left to do that, with all wickets in hand so far. Wabire on debut, coming from the pavilion end. Hint of outswing there. Starts up with a dot ball. David Wabire, there you see. the debutant for the Ugandan side. We'll have a bit of a reset here for David. A big Patwa on strike now. The skipper.
What is the message from the Ugandan dugout telling Wawire to continue doing the same thing he's just done? Dr. Wawire David can even practice the concussion test himself to the batter. Uganda sending a very good message to the world that you can actually go study, come back and play cricket. This man was bad news to the guys playing schools tournament in 2015 for Busoga College Mwiri.
Ironical being struck on the head by a doctor. A man that is supposed to save your life could lead you in all sorts of trouble.
Very good stuff from him. Remember that team of David Wawire, Zephania Arinaitwe, Peri Wazombe, coached by the current Uganda under-19 coach Isaniz Emmanuel. Shamim, the physio of Uganda, doing the duties. Concussion test to the captain of Tanzania, a big Patwa. Very good stuff. Good start for David Wawire for his international career in the senior men's.
But if you look at that ball, Andre, it's not like that was a massive shot ball there. It was just a big Patwa went a bit low to that ball and took his eyes away from the ball again. But credit goes again to David Wawire here. Well-directed delivery. This is what the message you'd love to send to the batters. We've talked about the wicket not offering a lot for the bowlers. But if you are a smart bowler who knows exactly what you want to do, if you bowl a couple of deliveries like that, especially in the power play, that's a good message to the batters to tell them that you are here for business. You are there to defend 176. So the most important thing or interesting thing that we want to see is the follow-up to that delivery again, the shot or the ball again. Which one of the two is going to be the better of each other here? Is he going to repeat that same ball again, or is he going to change? Or is a big Patwa taking his time there? You can see. Is he going to try to go a bit more aggressive to show David that he is there to bet as well? It's a tough contest between these two guys here. Obviously, the batter and the bowler, you have to be battling against each other in order for your team to be begging those points that you are looking forward to. Yes, you see a lot of mind game that's being played here now. Again, David realizing that Abig is taking his time. He also took his time. Mark his run up.
Very good comeback from a big, showing that he is wide awake. But that is 3 dot balls on Wawire's name in his first over. Tanzania 3 for no into the second over with 3 balls to go to finish the second over of the second innings.
I'm telling you, the plan here from David is clear. A lot of short bowling here. And if you look at the field set again, that allows him to be able to bowl that length. And now look at that. He caught a big Patwa by surprise. Yes, he managed to get off strike there, running it down to third man. But if you look at that shot, it was not convincingly played. Yeah, so the plan here for David is bowling short. Look at that. Look at how he bends his back into the wicket. 9 meters there away from the batter. That is where you want. He's a tall lad there. Again, goes full. But if you go full on this wicket, you will pay the prize. Just waiting for the umpire signal here. Should be a couple of 1 bounce for 4 here, I think. Yes, it is 4 runs. If you bowl full on this wicket, no matter how quick you are, look at that. You will pay the price. Look at that timing. Lovely piece of shot there from Mohamed Kauntunda there. This is what you want from your openers, and being able to pick those loose deliveries and send them away, especially in the power play. Lovely shot to watch there from Tanzania.
Very good shot from Moody, as we call him, Mohamed Kitunda. Tries to drop that and run, but Brian, one of the best fielders in Africa, cannot take his arm on easily. End of over number 2. Tanzania moving at a strike rate of 4 runs per over. 8 runs on the board for no loss after 2 overs. Coach, do you think Tanzania is missing Ivan Selemani now?
Yeah, definitely. Look, if he's there, you can tell the difference. But now the score will be around 20-30, round about there, because he's a fearless batter, good aggressive batter, good time of the ball again. So they're probably going to be missing his services here going forward. We just wish him a safe recovery all the way through. But at this point of time, they are missing him. 2 overs gone here. 8 runs on the score. Catch is the call. But dropped short in front of the mid-wicket fielder there. Lovely piece of commitment again, diving forward. Never easy to take catches like that. I told you, the plan here for Uganda up front in this power play is bowling a lot of short balls here. And they've done that. Almost got successful with that plan. Tanzania need to make sure that they execute those short balls in a good manner. And otherwise, they will see themselves perishing early up in the overs here. Lovely. This is what I've been talking about. Teams coming up with a clear plan and sticking to the plan. This is what Uganda has done very well.
Quality side Uganda is. Look at that effort from Alpesh. That was very good effort. But the man Bilal Hassan has been the go-to bowler in terms of pace bowling for Uganda. He is a very smart bowler. Spoke to him after the toss when he was choosing the ball to use, trying to tell him jokingly that, why are you choosing the ball when you're not playing? He was like, who said that? He knows he's the leader of the bowling unit of Uganda, and he's delivered in the absence of the other best bowlers in Cosmas Cheuta and Juma Miyaji. Of course, being supported big time by Kenneth Waiswa. He's hitting the deck very hard. Modi not able to connect that properly. Tanzania a bit on the back foot. Usually their batting wins them, win them so many games in the power play, but now they are 10 for no with 4 balls to go to finish the third. Kitunda goes across, trying to clear the boundary on the leg side. He did not get any connection on that.
Lovely piece of ball there from Bilal Hassan. And what I've been saying, this is where the difference is in terms of quality bowling up front. And that showed that Mohamed it play there. That's why they're a bit loose there. You gotta have that right temperament if you are playing quality bowlers like Bilal Hassan here. You gotta have a clear plan, a good strategy again. Lovely into the wicket again, not giving room for these batters to go under the ball, either forward or back, not even giving them room again to go across horizontal. Again, this is what you want from your frontline bowlers, especially in the power play where you are limited in terms of restriction. This is something Bilal Hassan and Uganda have done very, very well. And I'm sure the captain, Brian Masaba, is quite happy with the proceedings so far. Having a team for 10 runs into the third over here. I'm telling you, chasing 176. They should have been doubling or multiplying that by 3 by now. But because of the quality bowling, again short. But this time around, since the fine leg is inside the circle, you manage to get enough of the ball and it races away to the boundary. That is Mohamed Kitunda here. Manages to get that timing very well. At this time, Bilal Hassan manages to miss his line there. Wickets or dot is what Uganda needs here going forward.
Again, it's going to be very interesting to see Ivan Selemani batting after power play. We are not used to that. It would be very, very interesting to see him. Kitunda goes above. David not able to hold on to that one, and it is 6 runs on the total. Bilal not happy because he's hit 12 in this particular over. That was a chance. If you are fielding from the boundary there, you either take the catch or save the boundary. There are 2 things that you need to be aware. But David will have to continue bowling from the pavilion end.
It should have been reading 14 for 1 now. Unfortunate there for Uganda, and fortunate enough for for Mohamed Katunda there, managing to get that quick outside the edge. I said when you're edge it hard. That's what happened there. David continues again. Anything full that will be in the slot here, batters are throwing their hands onto those deliveries. Why? Because of how the surface is here. So you need to learn as a bowler. You need to learn and learn quicker. Stay away from that length. As David continues his second over here, Landry is a tall lad, running hard again. A lot of energy is there. Not an easy candidate to get rid of in terms of the deliveries that he bowls, unless the one that he overpitches.
He's very tall, and look at that body for someone who has spent 6 years doing medical education. Guides that very, very well done at the boundary there by Bilal. I was just talking about David. It clearly shows that someone who's just finished his studies, 6 years, Leonard, he's not been sitting. Comes after that. They say priorities first. After finishing that one, he comes and he makes his debut for the national team. He's been working very hard. You can tell. But it is time to work even harder here in Kigali. Lovely ball. Very good ball. Hitting the deck very hard. Very good shot from Mohamed Kitunda plays that straight as an arrow and make it 6 more. Tanzania catching up slowly. Full delivery from David Wawire. And Jumbe shouts from the dugout, telling his counterpart, smart. For real, he's played that very smartly. David to be back.
I'm telling you, not any bowler would love that. Again, bang it short. Again, goes for the pull, but not timing it. But that top edge again with hard hands allows him to get the maximum there. 6. It is. This is what you want to see from the Tanzania batters up front. They need these runs again. They are chasing 176 here, and they will take these runs happily. Again, David Wawire has been bowling very, very well early on now. This is his second over now. This has been expensive. It has gone for 15 so far. One delivery left in this over here. He needs to make sure that he does something different here. He's pitching full, no matter how quick you are, he's going into the boundary. So he needs to make sure that he finds that right length. Much better this time. 4 overs gone here. Landry 35 for no wickets lost. Are we going to see another good run chase here from Tanzania?
Must tell you that Tanzania is a batting team. The two gentlemen out there had only 8 runs in the first 2 overs. And guess what? They are 35 for no in 4 overs. Tells you that everything is possible to them. And with the way Bilal Hassan and David Wawire have been expensive in the previous 2 overs, Brian Masawa is forced to bring a change. The game changer of the day yesterday, Kenneth Waiswa, to come from the airport end. He will be bowling to Abik Patwa, who is on 6 in 9. If I was Uganda, I would be very happy to bowl to Abik more than Mohammed, because Mohammed is on 28 in 15. And he looks more dangerous.
Man of the moment here comes into bowl. 2 player of the match award yesterday. Kenneth Waiskwa comes in, starts off on the legs, then not good start for him there. 2 full and straight, and the captain Abik Patwa manages to get the better of him. The fine leg is up in the circle. We are still in the power play here, and if you bowl in that area again, you will pay the price, and that is the message from Abik Patwa. They know Tanzania, they need runs here and they need them quick. And the time to do that is now, before the field has been spread. And Waiskwa needs to do something better here. He needs to bowl a couple of good deliveries here. Now they've started off with a boundary in this over. That is pressure onto him. So he needs to make sure that he comes back strong. Current partnership is on 39 of 25 deliveries here. Those are good signs. Catch is the call again. Look at that shot, the placement. Why? Because the third man is inside the circle. The only 2 guys are deep square leg and long on. And look at their presence of mind from the captain, Abik Patwa, knowing that the third man is up. He just needed to hit it over that short third man, in as much tall as David is. But whatever method he can use there, he was not even closer to catching that one. 2 boundaries in succession. This is pressure being applied back to Waiskwa and Uganda here.
I think a fielding change here for Uganda with the right field placement. Cannot bowl without a third man. And Kenneth bowling, trying to put a beak on the back foot. Kenneth to continue bowling from the airport end. That is the line and length for a big patwa. Even the wicket-taking balls from Kenneth Waiswa have been full. Yes, we are into the power play, but he hits that length much better than the three-quarter line length. I beg your pardon. 43 for no loss in 4 overs. The current run rate is 9.56, and they require 8. Call that a wide ball. Kenneth will have to repeat it. Zaid, earlier we talked about the runs in this game. I told you anything can be chased. 44 for no loss. What looked like not a very good power play for Tanzania is turning out to be one.
Yeah, I mean, it's those boundaries that came in succession here. Look at this over again. 2 first balls, they've been taken to the boundary. The previous over again, the last 3 balls, they've been taken to the boundary again. So that changes the whole equation here in terms of who is going to be controlling the power play. Lovely piece of comeback there from Waiswa, coming off the back foot here after having considered 2 big boundaries from the first deliverers. He needs to come back stronger to finish up the over. 2 delivers left in this over again. Questions and answers are needed here. The bowler asking questions to the batter should come up with answers, and as a batter you know you've got one chance only, so your answers should be as much accurate as it can be, because the moment you are not accurate as a batter, that's where you create mistakes and you are vulnerable to getting dismissed. Again, that's what I'm saying. This is answers that you want. Again, hit with power and precision there from a big Patwa, the captain leading up front. Again, didn't waste time to clear that. The timing was sweet. Look at that there. Full and straight again, just backs away a bit towards that leg stump and managing to access that mid-wicket the way there is no fielder stopping that boundary. A lot of meetings now happening here. Bilal Hassan going to Kenneth Waiswa, giving some instructions again. The score is moving quicker here. We're going to see another big chase if Uganda does not do something different here. If Uganda does not take wickets here, I'm telling you, we are going to see another interesting game here. 176 being chased. We talked about how good the wicket is here. So you need to make sure that your bowlers are spot on. Your bowlers are very much well disciplined in terms of line and length when they are bowling. Frustration there.
Lovely stuff from Cyrus Kakuru that was traveling to the boundary. Good stuff, good keeping from him. Kenneth Waiswa ends up the over with the dot ball, but that one has been expensive. 13 of it. Tanzania is on 48 for no in 5 overs, and there is a bowling change. Brian Masawa asks the left-arm orthodox spinner Alpesh Ramjani. Your screens there. Merveille, Belize and Alice, the national team players watching the game alongside Eve, the man who has been taking care of the people here in terms of lunch and all the other services in the pavilion of the Gahanga Cricket Stadium. Alpesh Ramjani to continue bowling to Mohamed Ketonda. 129 runs in 90 balls is what Tanzania need to win this game. They are currently in control, but there is restrictions. The power play is gone. 5 balls to end the power play. Very good shot played towards long on. Captain Brian does the fielding himself. Unusual to see the captain at the boundary, but there are so many leaders in this 11. Former captain Roger Mukasa is there doing the job. The vice captain at point, electric fielder. We saw that stop in the first over at point, diving effort on the left. Kenneth Waiswa is a very good player. A big tries to step down, and that is it. He will have to continue, cannot take a walk back. He leaves scoring 18 in 16. The bowling change does the job for Uganda. Alpesh Ramjani picks his first. The captain of Tanzania, 18 in 16 with 3 fours. End of a big and the beginning of Amal Rajivani, the man who scored a 50 in the first game today. He comes in, I would say, another batter in the quality of Ronak Patel. You don't see them going hard, you just see runs flowing. He comes in and joins Mohamed Kitunda, both wicket keepers for Tanzania. Uganda gets the breakthrough they wanted. 49 for 1 with 3 balls to go to finish the power play.
Amal Rajvan comes in to bat. Now here into the last of the power play, Uganda manages to get that breakthrough that they were looking for in the past 5 overs. 128 runs needed in 87 deliveries. A tough task ahead for Tanzania there. Off the mark there. Run out chance. Just get a shy on the stumps and missing all the stumps here. But straight off the mark there is Amal Rajvan. This is what they need. They need to make sure that they fight